Kenya's Gold.
It's finally Friday, most people's favorite day of the week, and right here at Kenya's Gold, we do want to make sure that we wrap up this week with a bang. A very good evening, viewers. Thank you so very much for making time to join us from whichever part of the world that you are watching us from. And as is the norm, we do have a great show lined up for you. Now, this week, we did start by addressing the drought crisis here in Kenya, and today we will be continuing with that conversation, exploring solutions on what we can do to make sure that our livestock are not affected in future due to climate change. If we quickly take a look at some of the most affected counties during this drought season, of course we're talking about the ASAL counties. Mandera County is currently in alarm phase. The situation has worsened significantly after the short rains from October to December failed, and now we can look at the other counties which are in the alert phase. We do have 9 counties currently in alert phase, and these counties include Wajir, Garissa, Kilifi, Kitui, Marsabit County as well, Kwale, Kajiado, Isiolo, and Tana River. These 9 counties are currently in alarm phase. We do have other 13 counties that are currently in the normal drought phase, but in case the fields keep raining, it can quickly escalate to the alarm phase and also the alert phase. Now, today on the program, we do want to learn a lot more on what we can do in order to make sure that our livestock can still get pasture even during this time of climate change. Remember, out of the 47 counties here in Kenya, 23 of them are ASAL counties who mostly do depend on livestock as their source of livelihood. So take a look at one of the solutions that we do have for you on the program today. Kenya's Gold is on the road as usual, and today the brakes have stopped at Murang'a County in Maragua. Now, the reason as to why we are here is to learn so much about animal feeds and the new technologies in animal feeds. And let me tell you why this is very important. Sana sana utapata, tukipitia kiangazi hapa Kenya, we lose a lot of our livestock due to drought. For example, in 2022, that particular drought claimed the lives of about 2.6 million animals kwa sababu chakula ilikosekana. But now things need to change because of technologies such as this Juncao grass that is climate change resistant. Yani hii nyasi hata kama kuna kiangazi, it can still grow well. This particular grass is also pest resistant, among very many other advantages that we will be learning in this feature starting now. Mambo ya wanyama kukosa chakula kwa sababu ya kiangazi, that has to stop if we are to improve our agricultural sector. So come, let us meet our professor farmer experts of the day. Hello. How are you, Professor?
How are you?
Hi. How are you?
Fine.
Professor?
How are you?
How are you?
I'm good.
Good to finally meet you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for inviting us in this side of Maragua.
You're welcome.
Na naona ni kama kuna kitu mulikuwa mnafanya hapa, sijui mnafanya nini. If I can join, what exactly is happening right now?
Here, we have decided to support our people. Our people from Murang'a, they are very hardworking, and particularly in the dairy sector.
Right.
And because I have been raised here, and I was raised by my mother, who was a dairy farmer.
Right.
But one of the biggest challenges is that fodder is a big, big problem among our people. So I decided, after getting educated and being a professor of innovation, how can I bring back the knowledge of what is happening in the global space that can improve the life of our people. So that's what we are trying to do, to make sure that we bring this new technology for fodder to our people so that they can now multiply and they become much better.
Good, giving back to the community.
Exactly.
Right.
Yes.
So this new technology of fodder, Napier, we are calling it the Juncao.
Yes.
But before we even get to the specifics of Juncao, just talk to us about the new different types of Napier grass that are now getting into the market.
First and foremost, as a scientist, you cannot bring Napier grass from outside without the government. The government has to regulate so that you don't bring something that is not good. So far about only 2 types that have been accepted.
Right.
This one, the Juncao grass, and another one from Korea, South Korea.
Right.
Now, this is the one that is most yielding.
The Juncao now.
Juncao.
Right.
Okay. And therefore, for my interest was to see how do we help our people, because it really boosts the milk production by 40 to 50%.
Tried and tested?
Tried and tested.
Right.
And give and go ahead by the government about 4 years ago.
Right.
And therefore, the production started, and particularly in Nakuru and Makueni, it's in huge, because there is a Chinese who is doing that.
Right.
But for me, my greatest interest was when we need to get to Moranga, because this is where I come from, and I want to see my people getting much better economically and also educate their kids.
Right.
You know, so the government has okayed.
Right.
I remember, I think about 4 months ago, I visited one of the office, you know, to go and confirm that whether they still understand it. And they say, no, we know it. I mean, and this is okay.
Right.
And they're happy.
Right.
And therefore, that's how we have been doing it, because for us as scholars and being a professor, you wouldn't want to introduce something to your people that is not going to be productive.
Right.
We are not like businessmen sometimes who just want to make money and then they just move on. We want to see transformation and change among our people.
Right.
Yes.
So since it was okayed in the country so far, how much of it is being embraced? If you give us like a rough percentage, how much of the Juncao grass has been embraced in the country?
First and foremost, because the seed will grow within 8 months. When you plant like this one, for it to get to this is about 9 months old. So you have to wait for 9 months old, so that now you can cut the seed, or cutting the seed now.
Yes.
If you look at that from 2001 up to now, it's about 3-4 years.
2021.
Yes, 2021, to around 2020. It's about 3-4 years.
Yes.
It basically means it has not really gotten deep into the farmers.
Right.
But those who are having big daily farms, you find they have managed to plant this.
Right.
Particularly in Nakuru, they are doing it big time.
Right.
I know now the one of the agripreneur from China is doing it big time in Makueni, but I think he's just about to harvest the first about 50 acres.
Right.
That he has been irrigating to do that.
Right.
And therefore, it's the upkeep may not go very fast, because it's not like maize seed where you go allocating. You have to let it grow, and then now you let people to come and pick.
Right.
Alafu waende wapande kwa shamba zao.
Right.
Alafu, but now once they plant, within 2 months, it's ready for harvest.
Right.
So yeah.
Right.
So 8 months is for when you want to harvest the seed.
Right. So we'll talk about the harvesting and the planting.
Okay.
But for now, I want you to take us through. If we compare the Juncao grass to the usual Napier grass, ambao tumekuwa tukipanda for the longest time, tofauti inaingililia wapi, even when it comes to the nutrients and the benefits to the livestock as well. Give us that comparison.
Asante, thank you, Gina. Well, first and foremost, we start by looking at high nutrition value. This one, what we call the crude protein, this is 18.6%. The normal grass, the normal Napier grass is about 9 to 10. So this is about twice.
Twice.
Yes.
The protein in the other one.
Exactly. Number 2, this is pest and disease resistance, because it's a research of about 40 plus different type of grasses to have it like this. And therefore, once you plant, you don't have to get worried about anything else. You know, you just continue to do the production and feeding the different type of livestock. You can do cattle, pigs, goat, sheep, among others. You can do that.
Right.
The other thing is climate resilience. One of the biggest challenges we have today, and that's why fodder is a big problem in Africa and in Kenya particularly, that when the drought comes, you find all the farmers get into losses. This type of grass is climate resistant. What that means, it can grow in different places.
Right.
You see, like here, this is a tropical area, and you can see you can take it to arid and semi-arid.
Right.
And part of Muranga, we have arid and semi-arid, where it can go and grow.
Right.
And it's perfect.
Right.
It will do very well.
Great.
When it comes to the harvesting cycle, this you'll harvest 6 to 80 times per year. Okay? What that means is, for example, if you plant 1 acre piece of land, it can produce 180 tons of fodder.
In 1
acre? Yes. That is equivalent to feeding 20 dairy cow for a whole 1 year.
Okay.
Or 200 goats.
And when you're growing the usual napier ambao tumekuwa tukikuza?
That one probably will get to around 70 to 80 tons.
Right. So the production is higher.
The production is much higher.
Right.
And therefore, so if you look at the production being higher, and then being drought resistant, climate resilient, and then the nutritional value is also very high,
right.
Then you can see the transformation it can cause to our farmers.
Right.
And the change that we can bring to among our people.
Great. Yeah. So does this call for more sensitization and more awareness? Because with all these benefits, and we know how much we rely on milk here in the country, yet not so many farmers have started embracing the Juncao grass yet. So what are we supposed to do in there so that we make sure that they're adopting this and we're moving forward with the technologies in agriculture like the Juncao grass?
Thank you. One of the things, again, I would say as a professor of innovation and entrepreneurship. One of the biggest challenges we have in our context, having been in Silicon Valley and coming back here and trying to see the technology we can do and innovation, one of the biggest challenge is it's very difficult for our people to believe something until they have seen. And therefore, the easiest way to help this democratization so that many people wanaweza chukua waanze kupanda ni walete karibu. Waje waone. Kama sasa wale wakulima wamekuwa nakuja, nilikuwa na mwingine ametoka Machakos. This is a retired agricultural officer, but he said he must first come and see. And he came and he saw it, and it took him a whole pickup. And I was very happy for that. And I encouraged him, once you go there, please go and plant and make sure that you distribute to your neighbors so that all of you can. So the most important thing that we need to do is to sensitize our people and to showcase them.
Right.
This, I have another demo farm. It's only that we could not access now, where I now planning the next phase is where they'll be coming to first to see it. And then we educate them from there.
Right.
They understand the importance of this, how it can transform their lives, how their economics can be upgraded and enhanced. And particularly I'm concerned with the young people. In Muranga, we have educated young men and women, and they have no jobs. How do we create jobs? One of the ways we can create a job for them is to make them understand you can just ask your parent for half an acre of this. You plant your Juncao grass. You can do 10 dairy cow, and you have fodder for a whole year.
A whole year.
Yes.
Whether the climate changes, whether there's rain, whether it becomes dry, you'll have your fodder for a whole year.
Excellent.
All right, so Professor, I want us to walk around tukiangalia shamba kidogo as you show me this fantastic technology in livestock farming. But as we do that, we are aware that we currently are experiencing a deficit in milk of about 3 billion liters, which is expected to grow more. The population is increasing, the consumption is increasing. So do you believe by embracing these technologies, we will be able to close that gap?
Thank you. First and foremost, let's just have a walk.
Okay.
First, I started by developing technology for dispensing milk, because that's the biggest challenge with milk in this country, where people produce milk but getting into the market is a big challenge and a lot of adulteration. And therefore, I designed the technology that we are actually rolling out to the people to create job in the urban center. But the challenge is we discovered though the people need milk and there is a lot of deficit, when you come back to the source, the cost of production is very high. The type of grasses they are using is not of high quality in terms of food. And then we had to ask ourselves with the group that I work with, how do we first go back and help the farmers?
Right.
Because they really need to have a good production if we are going to deal with the deficit. And therefore, that was the motivation first. So how do we make the production much higher? Let's work. And therefore, that was the beginning, that we need to start encouraging our people that there is a better and alternative way to have a higher milk production. For example, we have said this grass increase the milk production by 40 to 50%.
Right.
I mean, Gena, you can imagine if our people can embrace, and even our leaders,
Yes.
We help people to change the plant husbandry, and we increase the production of milk. I think we can start to bridge the gap as we continue.
Right.
And therefore, that is the call of the mission that I'm having, where you say like a hummingbird, like Professor Mangali Madan said, we don't want to sit back and we keep on complaining.
Yes.
Let's do something.
Let's do something now.
Whatever little you can manage to do.
Yes.
And this is the much I want to do for our people here.
Right.
And I'm hoping that this is going to get to the other county so that we can increase milk production. Otherwise, we got to bridge this gap. Today, we have about 1.4 billion people in Africa. By 2025, it's expected we are going to grow to 2.5 billion.
By 2020?
2050. 2050. So how are we going to feed our people?
Right.
If we don't start from the farm as we go to the market.
Embracing this technology.
This is some of the technology that has to be embraced, among others that we are testing, because we want to diversify. For now, this is what I want to see. It has been adopted by our people, and there is a production, increase in production, and also our farmers to get some money into the pocket.
Right. Yeah. So let's talk about companion planting. Utaambiwa na hii dhara ya kawaida usipatikane katika shamba ya kahawa. There's some crops that you just can't mix with the usual dhara that we've been growing. So when it comes to this Juncao, are there any limitations and specifications into what you can companion plant with? Ama tu ni the same?
First and foremost, we need to educate our people. Look, if half an acre, or let's say a quarter an acre, can feed 5 daily cows for a whole year. Probably the easiest is to demarcate a place that you can plant, and you concentrate on this, because you see the production of the milk goes up. However, some of our lands are very small in terms of demarcation has been done.
Yes.
There's nothing long, but you can see this can grow taller.
Yes.
But for the purpose of the farmers, within two months, it will be about 1 meter. So they will be cutting after every 7 to 8 weeks to feed. So it doesn't have any problem. But I think what we really need in the near future is to reduce some of the trees that we have planted, which have no economic value, and they are putting a lot of shade into our farms, and we embrace technology like this that is going to transform people's life.
Right.
That's what I will probably advocate as an expert.
Right. So when we look at these ones here, umesema these ones are for the purpose of mbegu.
This one, I have done this, and it's quite a lot of it. This is purely for production of seed,
right,
for our people.
Right. So I want us to walk to the other side of the farm, whereby we will see mkulima yeye ana harvest ikiwa at what stage ndo apeleke kwa shamba, and then you're also going to show me how to plant from scratch, so that we can embrace this new technology, right? So can we move to the other part of the farm?
Let's go.
All right.
Let's walk around.
There you go. That is our first part of the conversation with Professor Ngugi, who is talking to us about the Juncao grass, which was introduced to Kenya from China. And this grass is more nutritious, it's drought resistant, and it's also high yielding if you compare it to the usual dhara ambao tumekuwa tukipanda hapa. So now we are taking our first break, but when we come back, tunaacha mambo ya story mingi. We are getting our hands dirty, doing the practical work to learn so much about the correct way of planting the Juncao grass. Stick around for that and more right here on Kenya's Gold.
Kenya's Gold.